Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video. My name is Alex, aka Captain Whelmed, and today we're going to be doing something a little bit special. We're going to be going over all of my tattoos, so welcome to today's tattoo tour. Now, I've been putting this video off for quite some time just because I felt I needed to have more tattoos, or I was in the process of getting some new ones and I didn't want to film it and then be outdated. So I'm on a little break for a while because, well, they're spenny. So without further ado, let's get on into it. The first ever piece that I got was this very Pinterest-esque mountain tattoo. So as you can see, I'm sure if you googled mountain tattoo or looked it up on Pinterest, you'll find the exact same one. I don't condone artists, and I'm not an artist, but copying off of Pinterest is obviously bad practice. I think my artist at the time was an apprentice, so I don't really know. We changed a couple of bits and pieces here and there, but I like it. To me, it's an homage to my dad's side of the family. We very much grew up skiing and in the mountains, and that's the biggest association that I have with them, aside from them being French. I mean, I'm so very fortunate that I've been able to go on skiing holidays and do all of these things. I got that back in 2019 as my first ever one. I think I just finished sixth form and I just finished my A-levels. It was a birthday present to myself, and you'll find that this is a very big trend of how I get my tattoos. They are birthday presents to myself a lot of the time. That one cost me 150 quid, which I didn't think was too bad. At a private studio, London, an apprentice, charged by the piece. I thought it was alright. The shading within the mountains, the stippling that was put into them was done dot by dot rather than like brushed in, and I remember sitting there just feeling like the needle go in one at a time. But that leads me on to my next piece, which is a matching piece that I got with my best friend at the time from high school. Unfortunately, we don't really speak now, and I really do miss her. I wish we could spend more time, but I've moved away from London and she's very busy working. It doesn't work out sometimes, but part of my life, part of my story, I miss her dearly. If I could spend more time with her, I would. So I bought her and I matching dice tattoos for her birthday back in 2019. They cost us 50 quid each. Yes, I did spend 100 quid on a total, but it is what it is. It has the number 7 on it, which I don't know if that's physically possible on a D6, but it's got the number 7 on it because it was a birthday present and it was to mark like 7 years of friendship. I like it. It's a cool little addition, and I suppose if we ever stop talking, I'm a massive D&D nerd, as you'll find out very shortly, so dice tattoos just work. They do their thing. After that, I think I'd moved away to uni after this, so my next piece, I had to come back from uni, back down to London to the same artist that did my mountain. I did Liquid Luck. Now, that cost me 150 quid again, I believe. I might be quoting some of these wrong, just because I can't remember. These were back in 2019, 4 years ago, and to think it's 4 years ago is kind of scary. So if you don't know what Liquid Luck is from, or Felix Felicis, it is a Harry Potter reference. Now, I was a massive Harry Potter fan. I've gone to the studios, I've got some ones up behind me, I've got all of the books in the house colours. However, with everything that goes on with J.K. Rowling, I am no longer a Harry Potter fan. It has done amazing things to help me with my life, but I wish to sort of move away from the franchise. I never played the Hogwarts Legacy game. There's a lot of things. I don't really watch the movies anymore. I don't intend on watching the TV show because apparently they're adapting that. It's on my body forever. I really like how the piece has turned out. And that's that. I mean, I don't really want to get rid of it just for the sake of that. I think it's a really cool addition to my sleeve. So after that, I got a peony, which I believe my timeline's a little bit wrong here. I got the peony and the dice at the same time, and I have some like ink fallout on the dice, just because I didn't really take care of it. I took more care of my peony. The peony is an homage to my mum. It's her favourite flower, and I believe it cost me 200, and again, I got it in 2019. So far we're on 4 tattoos during 2019, And yeah, I mean, I absolutely love it. I think it's gorgeous. The shading on it was incredible. It's a bit of an awkward position to sit in to get that part of your arm done, but forearm tattoos I have found are an absolute breeze these days. And I've definitely avoided some of the spicier areas in life for the time being, but that just means later on I'm not going to have as much fun. Now, some of the leaves are close to where my elbow is, and they were the spiciest part of this tattoo, but it was easy enough to sit through. I can't remember how many hours each of these took. I think it might have been a 3-hour session, but it's beyond me. Again, this was 4 years ago, so I don't know. But after that, once again, the whole I was at uni, I came back, I think this was over Christmas in 2020, I think this was just before COVID hit actually, but I can't remember timelines, dates evade me. However, I got this calf tattoo, which is a library. Now, my granddad was an architect, my granddad on my mum's side was an architect, and I don't believe this is one of the buildings that he built, or that he designed. I think this was something that he drew while he was in architecture school, and he just wanted, it was something that we displayed in every house that we have, and hopefully, if my mum lets me, I'm able to take it with me when I go and get my own place. That cost me about 400 quid. Now, this is a little bit of a funny story behind it. I've never had to use numbing cream in my life, because I think I can sit through tattoos quite easily. I don't struggle all that much. However, apparently my calf was burning up so much that my artist insisted we put numbing cream on it just so that it could finish. Now, a lot of the details on it were single needle, and so it took a while. I think I sat for about 4 hours. This is one of the ones that I can remember because I think I either fell asleep or passed out during it. I don't know which two, but all I remember is everything was sort of black. My artist apparently was like, hey, you're right, and I didn't respond, and then asked again. I was like, huh? Yeah, I'm fine, it's just a little bit spicy. So as you can tell, I'm a true trooper. I'm a real fighter when it comes to getting tattoos. So I have a Medusa tattoo. If you know what it symbolizes, then yeah, I am very sorry. But I also do love myself some Greek mythology. So we'll just go down that route. That cost me, I believe, 350 quid. This was again back in 2020. It's more of a Pinteresty one, and it's very similar. And I think my artist has done another very similar one to the one that I've got. We all know that Medusa, if you look into her eyes, you get turned to stone, hence why she's blindfolded. I absolutely love this piece. I do have an unfortunate sort of scar that's right in the middle of her forehead on it, but apart from that, I think it's an amazing piece, and it might be one of my favourites. Now, it's hard to choose favourites when they all feel like your children, but it definitely feels like one of my favourites. Next up, I believe I waited an entire year before getting my next one because... So my next piece is a Death Tarot card. Now, a quick backstory behind it. I was absolutely in love with a tarot deck called True Black, and here's the original picture of the death card that you can see, and it's gorgeous. I have a physical copy of it as my partner gifted it to me for my birthday. By going through a whole thing because they didn't deliver to the UK, and if they did, it was like £2,000 to stop people from ordering it. Anyway, that's a story for another time. But for my birthday, my partner got me the entire True Black deck, and Death, I fell in love with Death as a card for a lot of reasons. One, the artwork was gorgeous, and two, well, it symbolises change and big chapters of your life, and I got this in a point where I had dropped out of uni. I wanted to pursue sort of a social media career, do some other things. I think this was the point where I had changed my name or started socially transitioning to use my current name. So there was a lot of different factors there, and I believe, if I haven't said already, it cost me about £400, and this was in 2020. So we've made a couple of adaptations. It's gone a little bit more down the neo-traditional route, but we kept the cores of the figure with the skull and the key, and I love it. This piece, I want to add some things around it, maybe some flowers. I want to kind of decorate it more, because as a standalone piece, it's massive. I wish I could turn it into kind of a half sleeve. So if anyone has any ideas as to what I could do for it, let me know, because I'm trying to figure it out. How does one turn this into a half sleeve? Any advice, any comments, let me know. I have a ghost tattoo which has a little backwards hat. It's meant to represent me. I got a matching one with the Bakey, who is a very, very close friend of mine, and my partner. Both of them have tattoos, have their little ghosties that represent them. Bakey's one has a beanie on it. My partner's is, I believe, holding a heart. I need to go back and look at it. But mine's got a little backwards hat because in most videos, I will constantly wear a hat to hide my hair or just as a thing of security. Now this cost 30 quid and it was done in the back of a sewing shop, I believe, or like a fabric shop, I can't quite remember. It was an interesting experience. So again, for the next two, I waited an entire year and I got 2 in 1. Now, I love one of these, and unfortunately I don't have a better picture of it other than when it was wrapped in cling film, so I am very sorry for that. But I got a dice tattoo, and if you don't know what it is, it's a D20. Now, again, massive D&D nerd. I would want more D&D tattoos if I could, and I probably will in the future, and I'm really excited to do that. So, I got this dice, it's kind of meant to be a silhouette of a D20, and I love it. Now, the potion, on the other hand, I was hoping for the potion to kind of turn out like Liquid Luck. It was done by a completely different artist, so of course, they're not really going to look the same, and I'm looking at potentially getting it touched up. There's things about it that I don't really enjoy. I want to change the shading on it. I think the lines need to be a little bit thicker. I've spoken to an artist and we know how we want to fix it up. It's just about booking and dates because they are the other side of the country to me and it's a little bit difficult to get up there, especially A, cost of travel these days, and B, cost of tattoos. So yeah, hopefully I can get this fixed up into some sort of shape that I really like. I've grown to like it a little bit more. I came out of the studio and I really didn't like it and I felt bad for not saying anything. But I mean, it's on my body for life. Hopefully we can rework it and make it look better. But the dice and the potion was in 2022 and I got that for 160 quid for the 2 of them. Now, as you can see, I've racked up quite a total here. We are definitely well over £1,000, and I am very far off having a sleeve on my body done. My next piece I got done was this man that's sort of leaning. It was a fundraiser for a tattoo artist that was getting top surgery, so it was like his last couple of pieces that he was going to do before he went off and got his top surgery, and it was a flash piece, so I got it for 80 quid and I love it. I think it's really cool. Some of the lines look like they have top surgery scars, and the way that it's shaped into fitting with my Liquid Luck looks incredible. The flow of the sleeve is really nice. There's a couple of blank patches that I want to fill out with a few things, but apart from that, I love my sleeve so far. I think it looks great. Now, by the same artist in the same year, apparently I got 3 in 1 year. 2021, I very much didn't get many tattoos. 2022, I got 3, so I got something called hands, hands, hands. Now, if you understand the position of these hands, you know. Unfortunately, something happened to the tattoo. I don't know what happened. I either had a reaction, but I've got a lot of dropout and a lot of blowout on it, and I'm hoping that if I go back to the artist, we can repair it because it's kind of raised and scarred. I'm a little bit upset about it because I really like it. I enjoyed the placement of it, but yeah, it just didn't really turn out all too well, which is a real shame. I really like him. I can't wait to get more pieces done, especially when I'm up north, up in Manchester, to sort of fill out my sleeve and then start working on my chest. I've got loads of plans for other pieces, which I'll go over very quickly once I've gone over these final 3 tattoos that I got in one sitting. Now, these final 3 tattoos I got in one sitting was, I got them this year and I got them a few months ago. I got them for my birthday, and I think I used a whole bunch of money that friends and family gave me for my birthday, and to keep in with the architecture theme of the library, I've decided that I want to do an entire architecture leg sleeve. Now, there's a lot of surface area to cover, so whether it's just from my knee to my ankle, I don't know yet, I'm gonna figure it out. But all 3 pieces cost me 550 quid, because we were tattooing for about 5.5 hours, I think. So I've got this amazing gothic window. It was great, it was very spicy to get done. I was sat in the most awful position possible. And it just wasn't great to sit for. It was not fun. But I love it, it looks amazing. It's all mostly single needle. This is what it looks like fresh healed up. I need to take another picture of it, but I will probably put those up on my socials eventually. Then after that, I needed a break from getting my leg done, so I got the shell. I just gave the artist like 4 or 5 shell references. I was like, I want one of these. And they said yes, and we landed on this one, and I like it. I think it looks good. It's clean. And then the final piece that I've got is the column. So I, again, love architecture and I love sort of Greek mythology, and I went through, this is the nerdiest sentence I might say in this video, but I went through all of the different types of columns in order to figure out which one I wanted, and I landed on the fact that I love an Ionic column more than a Doric column, more than some of the other ones, and I think it's just the simple aesthetic of it with the way it sort of like curls. It's almost like a scroll, and I think that's why I really like it. So I've got the top of a column head, an Ionic column on my calf just underneath my library, and yeah, so that's all of the pieces I've got right now. I think I might look to get another window, more of a circular looking window for my leg. I might get a lighthouse, because I think lighthouses look cool. I just got to avoid it looking too phallic. I think that's going to be the biggest issue. I've got some plans for my chest. Apparently, with my top surgery scars, I should get one that says owie or ouchie or something near them. I also want to get a goose from Untitled Goose Game, sort of running across with a knife in its mouth. I think that'd be quite funny to get done. I'm potentially looking at getting the Hades symbol done, but I wanted to make sure it's not culturally appropriated or it has been taken for other reasons, because originally I wanted to get a sternum piece with a couple of runes on, and I didn't want to get the wrong kind of runes, and I didn't want to get the wrong translation of things, so I decided to postpone that until I can get someone that tells me more about runic symbols. So that is everything that I've got so far. As you can see, it has racked up quite a lot, and I'm looking forward to spending even more money on amazing art on my body, because plain skin is quite boring, and that's my personal opinion on me. I think I'm gonna stick with the black and grey theme. I really enjoy it more than colour tattoos for myself. I enjoy colour tattoos on other people, I enjoy other styles on other people. I am very much a sort of classic black and grey, and just black work. So yeah, if you have a favourite tattoo of mine, do let me know in the comments down below. If you have any other ideas of what I could get, especially for my tarot card or for the rest of my sleeve, do let me know. I'm excited to hear your things. But for now, if you enjoy this kind of content, make sure you like, comment and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Have an amazing one, and I've been your captain. Goodbye.